good day, ladies and gents, and welcome back to an episode of Anno 1800. I am Trigger08, and this is episode 1 of a new series I'll be doing. Now, this one is without mods. Now, don't fear those that are watching my other series with mods. That series will continue as long as those mods start working again. I've been having some problems with them. So, yeah, let's hope I could figure that out and get that series up and running again. But for now, we shall just play the game as it is without mods, just with all the additional content, as you can see, and we'll tap more into Bright Harvest. And yeah, this episode should be a little help for new players to get into the game, and I'll show you some tips and tricks on how to get going really fast and early in the game. But without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and click on New Game, Sandbox Mode, and Less Guidance. And I've always will be this guy right here. He is a pretty cool portrait, so we shall stick with him. So go ahead and click that, and we need a new logo. Sadly, since it has no mods, we can't be the Soviet Union flag, but that'll be continued on in the other series. But what should we be? Well, if I'm going to be King Trigger like always, might as well go with the crown. And we'll go with a nice light blue flag. That looks pretty cool. Click on that, and then we need to make our name, so let's go ahead and be King Trigger 08. As always, all additional content is selected. Perfect. Continue that. This is fine and dandy, don't need to change that up. Then we'll just change the settings a little bit. So difficulty preset, we'll just go normal. We'll go random map here, random seed. Go random there. So that's good, that's good. The only thing I like to change up is the characters I'm going against. So let's go ahead.
Challenge you to oversee your own transformation.
Dr. Hugo.
People to make it for you.
He shall be one. We'll keep her. She's pretty cool to play against. And we'll go against this guy here. Looks good to me. Keep all the traders on and the pirates, so we could trade with them and go to war against pirates. And all this is fine. We'll keep that. And flagship, blah blah blah. Rebuild map, we'll keep off. So we'll just play the game as it is. So I'll see you guys on in there. Welcome to our new island, guys. Here we are. So first things first, I'm going to scope her out, see what kind of landscape we got. This kind of chasm looking thing here is kind of in the way. Woo! Camera went a little crazy there. That's alright. We'll make do with that. How many beaches we got? We got one over here. One over here. So this one would be cool for the farm settlement area over here. Stretch it out to about over here. And then we'll keep all this area for the city. That sounds good to me. So first things first, we're going to need some timber. So where should we lay down the timber? We need a nice open area. Right here should be alright. Let's see if it lines up properly. So we need lumberjack's hut. So let's go ahead and lay 4 of these down. Now for you beginners in the game, you do not need 4. You probably should just need 2. And then I'm going to lay a warehouse in the middle here so it doesn't take up any of the plantation area. Like, see the grid here? That's where all the trees have to get harvested from. So look, see how the corner there is just perfectly touching the warehouse. So it's not taking up any of the percentage there. This road will take up it, but it doesn't decrease 100%, so that's good. So let's go ahead and build this road. Stretch it down here. So yeah, so technically you just need 2 of these, and then you could put sawmills on either side of this warehouse, and then that should be good. But I like to mass produce wood because I don't like waiting for it, and for the heck of the series, for getting as much crammed in as we can, we'll just mass produce bricks and wood and stuff like that. Let's go ahead, lay down 4 sawmills. 1 for each lumberjack hut, because it takes 15 seconds to produce wood, and it takes 15 seconds to produce timber. So you need 1 for 1. So there we go. And I like to reach the road all the way around. Again, you do not need to do this. You could figure out different ways to lay out the road. And you gotta keep in mind, road does cost money to make. So you don't want to waste too much money on just a freaking road. So you gotta keep that in mind. Okay, where are we going here? I think we're going down here. Let's turn my camera around here. So this must connect. It needs to connect to the trading post / harbor area. So let's go ahead and connect it. So you just need to lay the road right beside the damn thing, and it will connect, and these stairs will pop up in place. So this is our small trading post. This is where all of our goods are stored and where we could trade from and load goods onto ships and transfer them to other islands. Let's delete that. So yes, our road's a little laid out differently and weird, but that's okay because we will fix it up later on down the road. So there we go. That's our lumber yard production. So they are really cool with detail and got a lot of different animations. Right now they're not working because you see critical workforce. So if you look at the top screen, you got the little pitchfork, which is farmer workforce. This represents how many people you have for your workforce. We're at -60. We don't have any houses on this island yet. So let's go ahead and start up a little settlement. So for every settlement you need a marketplace. So let's go ahead and switch that around. So lay down a marketplace right there. Get rid of some of these trees so we can see what we're doing. So we just click on the little pickaxe to demolish and highlight all the trees, and it'll delete it. And then we shall build a road. I'm going to give my marketplace a little space. So I like to throw in some detail and ornaments later on down the road and make the marketplace look nice, especially for our first island. Okay, and then like everything else, must connect to the harbor / trading post. So there we go, that's connected. And you see the little road symbol? It's because no roads actually touching the marketplace. So there we go. Gotta make the roads touch it. You don't need all these roads. You could just have one. I like to make it look realistic, you know. But you could do whatever you want. Later on down the road, I could delete this piece of road and just put all ornaments down there, or do whatever. Then we need to click on Farmer's Residence. Now, Farmer Residents need the marketplace. That's their first need. So they need to be close to the marketplace. Now there is a distance. If you click on the marketplace, you see this green road. The lighter the color, so see right here where it breaks, that's where the need of the farmers kind of drop, and then it keeps dropping until eventually they can't reach that market. So you gotta keep that in mind when you build your cities for the first time. You can click on the farmer's house and it shows you the different needs. So market fully green because it's right beside it and you can reach it pretty close. Then eventually we'll unlock fish and worker clothes, and we're gonna have to provide fish and worker clothes for those bars to go up. And then you'll notice another tab, happiness. If you click on that, you'll need schnapps in a pub. So this is what makes your villagers happy. And if you look at the top of the screen again, content population, so it's +10, but it's only a blue face. So once we get that pub and fill all those other needs, that will turn green. Now why do you want it green and not blue or red? Well, eventually you'll get strikes and riots, and that will stop your production, like pretty much dead stop. So you gotta keep an eye on that. But for now, let's go ahead and make some houses to fill in those jobs that we're missing for the lumberjack huts. Now a neat tool I love to use is bottom right corner here. Click on blueprint mode. Boom. Now why am I using this? I'll show you. So if you go ahead, click on a house and drag it now, it does not automatically build it. It puts it in green print mode.
Workforce shortage.
So it doesn't take any resources, or it doesn't cost anything. It's just blueprint your area, see what you like to build, what kind of designs. Then you could just easily delete it, and it doesn't cost anything. So I like to build in blueprint mode mostly with everything. So you'll see me use that quite a bit. It's such a handy tool, and I love how they added that in the game. Let's go ahead and lay out some cool little buildings there. We're still -8, but we have no wood. So what we're going to do is click on our flagship, which we start off with. Nice pretty ship. And we'll click on the transfer button. Click on the timber once. Boom. And it transfers right into our trading post. And now at the top screen you see 50 wood out of 75. That's awesome. Now what we can also do with this trading ship, or sorry, correction, flagship, is start clicking everywhere on the map and start moving it around so we can discover other islands and other AIs to trade with. See those islands out in the fog? We could eventually discover them and settle them. Looks like we have a small island over here. Let's go ahead and check that out. Also, you'll notice on the left side here is the map. And this map will show you what your island has for fertilize or potatoes or grain. Sorry. Oop. So I was trying to think of the word, what to call these, but yeah, so it has like different availabilities to plant different crops and growth. So this has potatoes, grain, grapes, and nitro deposits. I believe that's what it's called. And each island has different ones. And eventually you're going to need hops, you're going to need fur, you're going to need all kinds of stuff. So this one just starts off with that. So once we unlock those buildings, we could start making schnapps with potatoes, start growing grain for bread. And it also shows you what kind of minerals it has. So it has clay deposit, iron deposit, zinc, and it has oil springs. You can see all these little green buckets. Looks like mining buckets. So this one is oil springs. And it shows you where they're located, and eventually you could tap into them and start collecting resources. Every island's different. You might find the same island with the same resources, but yeah, like most of the islands I've seen are pretty much different. So you gotta keep that in mind. Later on, you're like, oh, okay, well now I need hops to build to get up beer in my production chain. So you're gonna have to go ahead, discover the islands, and settle them. Well, it looks like we've discovered an AI over here. This guy's Wormway's prison. So this is a nice little prison here, and it's not just for looks and pretty detail. What we can do is click on our flagship, sail him over here. Come on. You see the little arrows around the blue ring here? That's the indicator for the wind. And you can see on the map here, it shows the wind is going north, so it's a south wind right now. So if you're sailing towards the north, you'll get more speed. So our ship's in place. All we need to do is click on the prison here.
How is your conscience?
And it shows us what they request. So they'll buy 1 potato for 32 gold, let's say. And you can sell whatever else for whatever other price they want to offer. And they also sell items. Now you're probably wondering, for the new players, how the hell do I buy these items? So if you click on your ship, click on transfer button.
God scourges those.
Now you can start trading with the guy. So I could sell him all my beams, but we need those later on. But he'll offer 580 gold. So let's keep those. Or I could offer to buy one of these item cards, which will benefit later on either in ships or expedition bonuses or in the harbor's office or different buildings. But for now, we don't need any of that. So awesome. We discovered the prison. They'll be easy to trade potatoes with.
New milestone.
Oh, and we unlocked a new milestone. That's awesome too. So what we're going to do is click on our ship and go to the bottom left corner here on the screen and just right click randomly on the map, and it'll start sailing that way. There he goes. And if you're tired of waiting for resources, or you want the ship to get there faster, at the top right hand corner there is fast and fastest, and it speeds up the gameplay. Look at them go, just cruising. Or you can just keep it normal. Another amazing feature that this game offers is day cycle. freaking awesome. So you could click on play, and it automatically goes through a day cycle. So right now it's 1 o'clock. So if I want it to be dawn, I'll just click on dawn, noon, dusk, and night. And it shows you all different kinds of details that this game has. That is freaking cool, isn't it? We also discovered another AI. Let's go ahead and check her out. So I'm going to go bottom left, click on the map where I discovered it. The little blue dot's my ship. There's my ship going. Nice little candle lights on it. And there she is. This is someone else we could trade with. They have awesome goods. Sorry, correction. Awesome items for producing goods and potatoes and stuff like that. So she's pretty neat to trade with. But yeah, and her base looks freaking awesome at nighttime. But for now, we'll just go noon, and we'll turn this off. I might play with it later on a different episode. Maybe episode 3 or something. It's easier to build during the daytime. Okay. That was a lot of explaining. So let's go ahead and get right into the game. So we got our houses, our workforce is up by plus 60, and we're making wood. We're maxed out on wood right now. So what we're going to do is build some of these houses. Like so. And then we need those needs back up and running. So we need schnapps and worker clothes. So let's go ahead to our area where we wanted to build farmlands and stuff. And scroll down. Alright, let's get a cool layout going. So fish. We're in blueprint mode. Awesome. So what we need is at least 2 fisheries to get us going. And then, but I'm going to lay down 4 just for the hell of it. I like to build ahead of time. So when I need the resources, I could just click on the upgrade button and boom, and it's upgraded. So I don't have to lay down a whole new layout. So let's go ahead. Lay down that. Everything needs a warehouse to funnel the goods into. And we'll stretch the road up to here so we don't waste any space. Stretch it all the way to the main road. And we'll get another fishery and another warehouse. There we go. So now we got our fisheries going. Nice little detail going on there. Perfect. So what we're going to do now is get the potato farm going. So, we'll go down to our toolbar here. Click on where it says schnapps. And we're going to need a distillery and potato farm. So potatoes turn into schnapps. So it takes 30 seconds for a potato, 30 seconds for schnapps. So we're going to need 1 and 1. But first, we're going to need a warehouse. But I already have a warehouse, you may be asking. Well, this warehouse only has 2 free loading ramps. And that's for our fisheries. Until we upgrade it, we can unlock more loading ramps. But we can't do that until we unlock more tiers of civilization. I guess you would want to call it, or, you know, just different tiers of the game. So we're going to lay down another warehouse. Go ahead, slap a road all the way around it. And I'm going to lay down 1, 2, then we're going to go 3 and 4. 2 we shall build, 2 for reserve. Once you add more people in the game, as your town, city grows, you'll go through a lot more resources. So I like to lay down the production buildings ahead of time. So build 2 right now, don't waste some money or resources, build the other ones once we need them. I like to lay them out like this. A lot of people have different feelings about it, but when I play the game, I believe the potatoes go directly from the farm into the distillery, and then from the distillery to the warehouse. So it doesn't have to be from the farm to the warehouse, and then from the warehouse to the distillery. I think it works faster, and yeah, I don't know. I'm just a strong believer in that. So let's go ahead and lay down some farms like this. Now you're like, whoa, why is the farm so big? Alright, let's get rid of these trees. Well, if you click on the farm, this farm requires 72 tiles, and right now we only have 69. So we're gonna have to lay down 72 tiles for this to be actually productive and actually getting the resources from it. I don't know, I'm lost with words for that. You just need 72 tiles. So there we go, we'll lay it down like that. Let's see, can we make this look a little bit nicer? Good, delete that one. I like to lay them out as good as we can and save as much room as we can. So let's make this a little bit shorter. Might waste a little bit of time, but it'll be worth it in the end. Because eventually we're going to have this whole area filled with farms. There we go. And there we go. Okay. So those are potato farms. Now we're going to need roads. Everything needs a road. Just like so. And we'll slap a road around here. Now we did unlock the pub and the fire station. So let's go ahead and go right back to our town here. Because as you can see, we have a little sad face. Click on the pub. Slap it down. And then watch the magic happen as we build it. So let's go ahead and build it. Let's give it some time. That sad face is now a blue face. There we go. Now we don't have to worry about anyone riding. Another very important building that we just unlocked is the fire station. So there will be random events going on throughout the game, and one of them will be fires. So you're going to need a fire station to put those fires out. So let's go ahead, fill in the gaps here with a nice fire station and a nice little settlement house, and build up these houses. Because we're going to need the workforce for these new farms. Alright, so we have fish going. Now let's get the schnapps going. Click on the upgrade button. Build. 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 And again.
Nothing more.
That's just another AI that I'm going against. He's a little pissed off that I'm building potatoes, but whatever. A nice thing to add in the farming area as well. Make sure you have a fire station. This fire station will put out all the fires when these distilleries decide to explode and catch everything else on fire. So that does happen, so watch out for that, and that'll happen quite often. So if you have a fire station there, fire station works exactly like the marketplace. Check out the green road. The firefighters will only travel to this distance. So keep an eye on that, of how far you build things. Look at that, critical workforce. Or insufficient workforce. So we're going to need to build more houses. So let's go back to our little settlement here. Go ahead, build those up, and we'll lay down a few more blueprints. Go ahead and build like this. You don't need to build in blocks of 2x3. That's usually how I do it. I like them a lot nicer. Another way to build that people love to build is like this. And they just do grids of squares everywhere, which works out really good. And then you could add detail in the middle. So yeah, just keep in mind how you build. And you want to have these main buildings always close to the main settlement. Don't want them too far away, so houses could actually use them. So what do we got? We got our schnapps going, and then we just need our worker clothes. Okay. So I catch my breath here. Let's go ahead and lay down another warehouse. There's more efficient ways of building the first tier, but this is the way I do it. So if you like it, I hope you enjoy it and use it. So let's go ahead and build 4 of these. 30 seconds for wool, 30 seconds for clothes. So we're going to need 4 farms. Now can we place... Yes, we can. Let's go ahead, place 2 of them here. Build the farms like so. Like so. And build a road down the middle. Alright, there we go. So we'll upgrade the warehouse, upgrade the farms, and then the clothing stores.
But think apart.
There we go. So we have 2 worker clothes framework knitters, I guess is the proper name for it. for later on when we do need them, but we need 2 more farms. So the only thing with this layout is this farm over here won't exactly be attached to this knitter shop. But we're going to live with that and just call it a day. Nothing's perfect. Nothing is perfect. There we go. So that's for later on down the road. And we got everything else going as we need it to go. The only thing that we're lacking is workforce. So I'm going to go ahead and waste more time at building houses. Let's go ahead and lay down, what is that, 4 by 2? Lay down a block like so. And do another one on this side. 2, 3, 4, up. And away we go. Alright. So it's all on blueprint mode. It's not taking resources, and our villagers minus workforce is not going up. So we need to build it. So let's go ahead, click on the upgrade button, click, hover, let go, and boom. It's all built. Each house,
sad patch of turf.
I didn't cover this, but each house holds 10 residents. So if we click on a house that we already built a while ago,
A land lush and green.
so it has, the fish is fully green for the needs. So it is up to 8 residents. Once we get worker clothes fully green, it will finish at 10 out of 10. So right now, fish is still going up, so there's only 1 resident there. I think it goes up to 5 and then up to 8. I'm not too sure, but that's why it's very important to get these worker clothes and fish going as soon as you can. And then you could upgrade these houses later on and move to the next tier. But for now, we shall just build
Gasparov,
our blueprint
one
mode.
glimpse of my cityscapes will tell you all you need to know.
Let's go down this way. Now you can make it look a lot more grid looking. Build in grid mode or just lay it randomly. I'm not going to go too crazy with what I'm doing here. But I can't forget about my flagship. So if you click on this tab here, it brings to your ship menu, and this will be all your idle ships en route, on patrol, escort, and in transit. So it's very nice to keep them organized because eventually you'll have a huge fleet. But right now our flagship is just sitting ducks. As you can see, the little snooze, the Z's going up. So it's a little sleepy. So let's double click on this and see where it is. So we double clicked and we're already at another AI's island, and it looks like they're really advanced. And I apologize for my dog barking in the background because that usually happens a lot when I try and record. Alright, so we discovered this guy, but we need to discover more islands, so let's go ahead and click randomly on the map. And bring me back to my island.
Shortage.
Yes, I know, workforce is shortage. Okay, cool. Oh, look at that. We got a nice little star above our guys.
I got something perplexing.
Let's go ahead and
Set
click
him
on that.
straight.
So it's it is a quest.
I've summoned.
Okay, now there was a little cut in the video. I apologize for that. I had to stop my dogs from barking like crazy because we had people come over, but that's life. But anyways, where was I? Oh yes. Now the residents. The residents will give you random quests. So as you saw with the little star, you could click on them.
We'd understand if there's too much on your plate.
Yes, yes, and you could read all the information about the quest. If you click on the main title here, Animal Farm.
A competitor raised a settlement.
It gives you a bunch of information on the quest and how much time you have to complete the quest. But objectives. Find and collect the farm animals. Pretty easy. And it tells you where to look and what reward you'll get. This is really beneficial in the beginning in the start in the game because it'll give you money, potatoes, items you can use later on. It's just really good. Well, there we go. Look at that. A bunch of farmer animals is strolling down the streets. Let's click on that.
I wish I'd a goose for your kindness.
Look at that. We got 20 plus fish. So that's good. So let's see how our resources is doing. Oh, looks like the fish is in the water. So we must be maxed out on fish. So there we go. If we click on our trade and pose, it has a list of all consumer goods, construction materials, raw materials, potatoes and wheat and stuff. And that one's locked still, so we don't have to worry about that. So if we go to consumer goods and click on our fish, it shows that we have 75 out of 75. Right now this trading post can only hold 75 of every resource until we upgrade it. So let's go ahead and click this. We don't need 75 fish. That's a lot of freaking fish for our small settlement. So what we're going to do is click on sell. And then we're going to drag this down to a nice number that we feel comfortable with. I usually go 35. For this small settlement, I think we could use 35 fish. The rest will be sold. Everything in the red is being sold. Anything in the green will keep. And then you just click on exit. And then you can see the little red button here. It shows that we're selling fish. And we're getting 16 gold per fish. So we can make a little bit of money on that. So you see at the top left hand corner of the screen, we're in the negative right now. We're not making anything. We're actually losing money because of the buildings we have. So it's always good to sell your goods in the beginning if you don't need them. But that's that. So what can we do next? So we built everything we possibly could that we need in the beginning of the game. So are we ready to upgrade? We are. So once you reach 10 out of 10 residents per farmhouse, you can go ahead, click on the upgrade button, and click on a residence house.
The need to work hard. Don't.
Boom. Look at that.
You reached a new milestone.
This is a new tier. The second tier of the game. We made it. Workers. It's awesome. Alright, so now we have workers. Oh, of course, everything happens when I try and explain things. So this is a pirate island. We're sailing a little too close to that. So we have to try and get out of there.
That's all we ask.
Let's go ahead and click randomly on the map, north. Stay away from their
Ship
gunfire.
under attack.
Oh boy. We're still in their range. Hopefully we don't lose our flagship. If we do, that's okay. We'll just build another one. Okay. So now we're at the next tier. You could also upgrade houses by clicking on them and clicking here. Upgrade residence. And boom. Look at that. So we're going to need a couple of these upgraded. So we could get more workforce so we could actually build stuff. So in order to do that, we're going to need more farmer houses. So let's go ahead and build this.
Just a taste of what's to come.
That's going to go up. And then we're going to go here. And we lost our flagship.
My humble duty. Oh dear, lost your flag.
We'll worry about that
Ship
later.
was destroyed.
Okay. That's all stressful. Okay, let's go to workers. So as farmers, the first thing to build in farmers was timber. And that was one of the main building resources. But now we're going to need bricks. For everything, mostly everything in this tier requires bricks. So let's go ahead, click on the bricks. It takes 30 seconds to produce clay. And it takes 1 minute to produce bricks. So if we go ahead, click on the clay deposit, transfers us right to it. Go ahead and click on the clay pit, lay that down. And then we're going to grab a warehouse. And then we're going to need 2 brick factories in order to keep up with the supply of clay. Because clay is producing at 30 seconds, so it's producing pretty fast. And if we build 2 of these, we'll produce 1 brick per 30 seconds. If that math makes sense to you. Let's go ahead, flip this around. I like to make them nice and look even. And we just need 1 road stretching in the middle, but I like to cover everything with road. Why not? Let's go ahead and do that. Waste some money. Build up the warehouse, build the factories, and build the pit. Now our workforce is short, so we're going to have to upgrade more farmer houses. So let's go ahead and do that. And we're going to need a lot more farmers. Or, sorry, workers. So we're going to need to build more blueprints. What am I at? 3? Yeah, 3. 2 by 3. So there we go. And while those residents are going up and we're producing bricks, we got a newspaper. So let's go ahead and click on the newspaper. It popped up on the right hand corner here, but I ignored it until I was finished building that layout. So let's go ahead and click on the newspaper. Click.
Really entirely marvelous to meet you, and that we may show truth or anything actually in my our broadsheet.
So there's different things you could do here. So riot chance -50, riot chance +25, and then happiness +5. Now if you don't like how this newspaper is laying out, just click on edit. Let's say we want to get rid of this +25 riot chance. So it's going to cost us 25
Printed news ever
influence,
die out?
and we have
Why should it?
125
That's
influence.
not an
So we could
inclination
spend
of
25
yours, is it?
to throw down some fake news.
Sometimes
And that's
nice
going to
have
give us
tangential news.
+5 income. So that's pretty beneficial. And it gets rid of that chance of rioting. And then we just go ahead and click publish. There we go. And that's away.
Censorship is not always the cranny
So
of
what
the
I'm going to
corrupt.
do while I'm waiting for things to be built, I'm going to lay down this blueprint.
It's all coming together now.
This is the workers union. It's highlighted in most of the production buildings here. But once it's built, you could lay down items that we were talking about before that you could buy at the prison or that lady. And you could throw down different items in here and it'll boost up your production buildings. So it's pretty handy. Alright. So bricks are on its way, slowly but surely. Our residents are going up slowly but surely. So let's go ahead and build more workforce.
You reached a new milestone.
And then our consumer goods are going up. So that's good. But now we're going to have to start doing more layouts. So let's go ahead and start with the sausage layouts. So let's find a nice area to build. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead, drag the warehouse in my toolbar, lay that there, and start swinging the road that way. So sausage. So it takes 1 minute and 1 minute for pigs. 1 minute for pigs and 1 minute for sausages. So first thing I like to lay down is the sausage houses. Then we could get the pig farm going. Like so. Now, let's say if you built that way too far away and like, oh my god, I want it like right up against here so it would be attached to the road. If you click on this little hand and click on the farm, you can move it around wherever you want. Let's go ahead and lay it down there. And let's say, let's go ahead and lay it down here. We're going to get a road, stretch it like that. And we're going to get another sausage house, and we're gonna get another pig farm. Let's go ahead and lay it right here. Now these layouts are a little different and a little tricky, but it works out in the end. And then we're gonna get another piece of road and connect that there. There we go. So in order to build this, we're gonna need 5 bricks. So if you hover over blueprint mode, the little blue square down here, or circle, sorry, it says missing upgrade cost, so we're short on bricks. So it's going to take us a while to build bricks. If I had my ship, I would go to one of the AIs and buy bricks from them, but unfortunately I don't. So what we're going to do is speed up the game. So as that's speeding up, I'm going to upgrade some more houses as well. Let's go ahead, upgrade 3 more houses. And then we do have the church to lay out as well. You see the roads, how they turn blue and stuff? Shows how far the church should be from your settlement. Build the church there eventually. Build the road up around it. So that's that for there.
A competitor raised a settlement.
Slaughterhouse, pig farm, slaughterhouse. There we go. So now we're going to be producing sausages, and we are out of workforce. So we're going to need more houses again. What else do we have? We have bread to build, we have the church to build, and we have sails and harbor. So we can start working on our harbor. Excuse me. But like the beginning with the wood, our bricks are producing pretty slow. 30 seconds isn't good enough for me. So let's go ahead, click on our second deposit of clay, and let's build another one. So let's lay this out. I go with the same layout with the clay pits as every episode or every series I do. So nothing new here. There we go, and we'll attach it to this road here because it's attached to the main road, and we'll go ahead and build this up. Now we're gonna need to upgrade more houses again. It's just a back and forth game. We're kind of short on that road, to build 2 houses in there. That's okay. We don't need that much space between the church. So let's go like that and go like that. Build 3. We'll do the same on this side. Don't be afraid to leave space. This spaces could be filled up with different stuff later on in the game. Like, look at these ornaments we have. Different ornaments you could get from Ubisoft Club. The game provides different ornaments, signs, and the new one, Bright Harvest. It's really cool and really worth it. So definitely check those out and definitely add them into your settlements. It's definitely worth making it look really good and not boring all the time. So we're gonna upgrade these houses, these ones, and these ones. And those ones. Now as you're doing this and expanding your city / town, you gotta keep an eye on your goods. Like, look, my fish are already going down. That could be because I'm selling it, or it's because the more people I'm building, the more consumable goods it's taken out. So schnapps are still good, still in the positive, so is work clothes. So I'm gonna hold off on fish until it goes low. If this red starts sinking into the green, then I'll start building more fisheries. So I'll hold off on that for now. We'll speed up the game here. So there we go, our workforce is good for now. The next thing we could do is start building our wheat fields. Our grain. So let's go ahead and do that. So we need bread. So it takes a minute for 1 grain, and it takes 30 seconds for 1 flour, and takes 1 minute per bread. So it's a little confusing to puzzle this one out. But together we shall make it work. Let's go ahead and lay down our warehouse there. We're gonna need 4 of these. 2, 3, 4. We'll lay them like that. And we need, since it takes a minute to make bread. Oop! What's this? Oh, this is a Bright Harvest. The new silos. Perfect. So we could put this with our pig farms and stuff. So we'll do that later on. It'll be fun to play with the new Bright Harvest. I haven't really touched too much into it. Okay, where was I? Oh yes, it takes a minute for bread, and it takes 30 seconds for flour. So we're gonna need 2 of these. And yes, we'll accept that. And we're gonna need 4 of these. So let's go ahead and do 1. 2, 3. I know it's a little weird. This road's a little weird, but whatever. Build the road like this. Oop. That guy not too far. Maybe it's this guy. There we go. There, that makes more sense. Okay. Now these wheat fields take 144 tiles for grain fields. That's freaking massive, so you're gonna need a lot of room for this. So let's go ahead and use up all the space that we can. Just like so. Go all the way up. That's 134, 144. Then for this guy, do the same. As much as we can. We'll stretch it this way. Why not? There we go. And then here, shall fill this gap up. And the same thing. And then this guy. Like that. Then that. And boom. There we go. Not the best layout, but still works pretty good. There we go. So now we're ready to start making bread. Let's go ahead, click on that. Click on 2 of these. 1 of those and 2 of these. There we go. Now we're making bread and we need more people. Upgrade. Upgrade. And we need more farmer houses. It's kind of hard to puzzle it in the beginning, but once you get a hang of it, you'll know what you're doing. And have no fear. Have no fear. Especially once you're in the positive for money. This game could be really intimidating. Like, oh my god, I can never make money. What am I doing wrong? Just keep puzzling out the tiers. Don't mass produce right away until you have to. Like, once these are all dropping in the red, then start building them up and then start selling them if you have lots left over. And don't build too many houses in the beginning. That's the best advice I could give. But yeah. So that's that. I think I hit my mark for how long I want this video to be. This is a beginner's guide of how starting off in the game will work. Make sure you don't do what I did and lose your flagship the first 30 minutes in the game. But yeah, we made it from farmer's tier to worker's tier. Next episode we'll finish up with well, we did the wheat farm. We'll get the church going, get some sales going, and finish up with this tier. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. If you want me to keep explaining and throwing down some tips, just hit that like button, hit that share button, and let me know in the comments below. This is Trigger08. As always, have a good one. See you next time.